Ponder, the Reel Critic. I am here with Dale Elliott for the movie Sprinter. Dale, everybody's kind of cramped up in their house. They're looking for stuff to do. I believe Sprinter is a movie that people should stream and can watch at home. Can you first tell the public, what is this movie about?
Well, Sprinter is about me. um, Sprinter is about a 17-year-old Jamaican track and field athlete who's going through some problems with his mother being away and being influenced by his brother. He has a lot of family issues, and in these family issues, he uses track and field to see a way out. You know, because he longs to see his mother, and he'll use track and field to get to see his mother and basically reconcile his family.
So what's interesting about the movie, because I know that you were a track and field athlete. I know you also came to prominence by doing a lot of stuff from a social media perspective. So
Yep.
Did you find this role difficult for you to play?
Not really. Because I lived most of it. My mother lives in London, you know, and I did track and field. The part for me which I had to adjust to was basically the acting, because I had no acting experience before this role. So I did a couple like extra script work with the director Storm Salter and Chantal Jermaine, who plays my brother. Yeah, so they helped me, and the first week was rough while filming, but after that I got used to it and I figured out like how best angles are, how to say stuff, and how to express myself on the camera.
Well, excellent. Well, when you speak about Jermaine and you really had some great chemistry there, man. Talk about how you guys were able to work so well together.
Well, I've known Jermaine before the film. He
Oh.
knew my uncle. So when I met him, we were reading together. So after a while, we were reading probably about a month and a half before. So we developed a relationship, which we were like brothers on the camera. So
And
it worked out.
You really were like brothers. What I found about your relationship, your acting in this, is it did come off authentic. So how did you, if you never had that kind of acting experience before, how did you get to convey that, hey, I am really acting on the screen, this is me?
It was help from Storm, because I used to make like little videos on Instagram and stuff, and there are certain emotions that I have that I sort of locked away. And Storm told me that acting is not like drama, where on the phone I have to expound with my voice, and you know, where I have to speak outright. Acting is mostly just with the eyes, and the less you do is the more show on the camera.
Well,
so that is
a
that's
couple
how
things,
I found out what to do.
well, a couple of things here is that when you were doing this particular movie, did you have any concerns that because you had never acted before, when you're acting with some of these really big names? I mean, you got Toussaint. I mean, you have some big name folks working in this. Did you have any concerns about that?
I was excited. As a child, I like challenges. So I loved that I had to do that. I had to get into that place, you know, so I welcome stuff like that. So when I saw, I was like, okay, then I need to find a way that they don't outshine me. I can feed off their energy. Like Chantal is a great actor who plays Kerry, and I fed off Kerry's energy a lot, because they've had acting experience and drama. So I did not want to be the person to make the film awful. I needed it to be a great movie, and if it's my first, and after I did it, I realized that okay, this is something that I actually want to do and pursue a career in. So that's when I was like, oh, you need to bottle down and, you know, get this thing. So no, I'm in a comfortable space where someone gives me a script, I just need to read and practice the role. And if I think I can play the role, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh,
I try to play it as natural as possible.
excellent. So, how was it knowing how to run? Because as a track and field person, I'm not a track and field person, but I could tell that you had real track and field form. So how was it to be able to convey all of that on the big screen?
Oh, that was the easy part. The part of that which was hard was to be consistent, because track and field is just one run and then you rest and then another run, probably 2 3 hours, 5 hours after. This is like 10 runs in an hour. So, because you have to get the shot, and
Oh,
so the
right.
running was, yeah, the running part wasn't the only part. What that was hard about the running was just stamina.
That's good. I am also interested. I don't like when I do my interviews to tell people exactly all the things that happen in the movie, because I believe this is one of those movies that you really want to go through, because there's so
You really
many.
need to watch it. You really need to watch it. You really need to
Because
see it.
go ahead.
I just believe, like, I just think people really need to see it. It's not the regular Jamaican, oh, I must do this and I must die, or your cousin dies, or there's a gun and you have to do this or you're going to die. It's no like zing fence Shutters. Shutters is a great movie, but it's different from the normal Jamaican narrative. I'm not a bad person in it, so it's pretty different. It's pretty different from what people will expect.
I like a couple of things in this movie. I like that. I think that there's this reconciliation that's there. That because you and your mom are having issues, you and your dad are having issues, you and your brother are even having some issues, and you guys
Yep.
try to figure all that out in this film.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, uh I my mother is away. I grew up with my parent. I grew up with my both grandparents. So the character in the film, I am, in terms of body language, in the film you realize I'm kind of like a shy person who's like figuring himself out. In real life, I'm not that person. I am like the bold, outstanding person. Be like, yeah, I am going to do this. I am the best in this. I am not shy. I'm not scared of anything. That's my personality. So when after I read the script, while I was filming, I realized that, oh, I have to kind of like dumb it down to fit the type of person that they want Akeem to be. So I had to separate Akeem from Dale.
So you didn't have any problems with the party scenes, since the party scenes were probably the real you.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. The party scenes were the best scenes.
That is real good. What would you say to people who you told me what the story was, but what would you say to people who's like, I don't really know if I want to see that film? Give me your best argument, or the best way that you would convince somebody why they should go and check this film out.
So there are a few things. First things first, it's quarantine. You have nowhere to go. You have nothing to do. Second reason, it's on Netflix. There's not a lot of Jamaican films on Netflix. And Will Smith and Jada decided to put their names on this film. Hence, with those reputations, it's almost a given that you are going to get the 1 hour and 51 minutes. It's not going to be a waste of time. And it's Jamaican. We are proud people and we support each other. And we have a very large diaspora in Canada, in the US, in the UK. And we've won at about 6 or 7 film festivals.
You
We've
won
won at the
6.
ABFF.
It was
We've
6.
won a lot of awards. We've won a lot of awards. I traveled the world. This film brought my family together. I met my mother for the first time.
Oh, talk about that.
Yeah, I met my mom for the first time in London. We went there for a British festival where we were to watch the movie. So I met her for the first time there, and I met my father for the first time when we came here to film. To
Wow.
film, yeah. So it's even the reason why I moved to LA, because I moved to LA now to pursue acting. I just finished college. I finished college last year, and I moved here. So now I'm living here. You know.
Wow. Excellent. Is there anything you'd like to speak to about any of the specific actors who you had to work with? And then I'll just ask you one other question and let you go.
I just think I worked with very good actors. I believe that there's a lot of talented people in Jamaica, and my brother is a very talented actor. Kerry is a very talented actor. Mira, all the cast. I don't think we could have put together a better cast around me, because I don't know if somebody could play the role, but I know that we're very good actors, and I think people need to check us out from other countries. You know.
Can you talk a little bit about the culture that you think that this film might have been able to capture?
Yeah, this film captures the average Jamaican. Not when I say average, I mean a middle class, poor, rich. We're all most of the country suffers from brain drain. When parents have us, they tend to go abroad to send money back to us to take care of us. So a lot of Jamaicans, rich or poor, it's a film that everybody will understand because it happens right across the board.
Great. And so, of course, we have my niece is getting married in Jamaica in the fall, and so when I go to Jamaica, you're going to tell me I have to go where to eat. Where do I have to go to eat? Not, I'm not talking about the place that the tourists go. Where would you recommend that I go to have something good to eat?
Oh, I'm from the inner city, so I love me love a box food. So so I eat like rice and peas and chicken, the normal. So I go to like Swallowfield, uh, Augustone. You could go to Sovereign if you want somewhere that's more uptown.
Okay, all right, all right.
You
And
can
so, and
Sovereign, but
so,
the best curry goat in Jamaica is from this place called Morris.
and where is it?
There's one in Kingston at Hope Road, and then there's one in Clarendon. I believe they have different goats. A Morris curry goat is totally different from other goats. I'm telling you. Some way
Okay, all right, all
there's
right.
something else with that goat. Those are some special goats.
All right, I'll take it, man. Congratulations so much. I'm really happy for you. I think that you guys did a phenomenal job on the movie, and I look forward to seeing you do some additional things.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thanks so much. Peace, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.